This is the Realme Watch S Pro. It looks pretty cool, has amazing build quality, but it's missing one key feature. Wanna know what that is? Well, watch until the end of the video to find out. Hey guys, Omar here from C4E Tech, and we're so close to the 2 million milestone, so please help us get there. Drop a sub and hit that bell icon. Like the Xiaomi's and Redmi's of the world, Realme too has made their name by providing us power pack gadgets at an affordable price point. The Realme Watch S Pro, it's no different. But hey, for this to be a budget smartwatch, and yes, I'm air quoting budget here because number one, I don't know the price yet, and number two, this is the Realme Watch S Pro, so that means there's the Realme Watch S, which is gonna cost lower. But anyway, for this to be a budget smartwatch, some corners had to be cut. Now I'll get to those cons in a bit. Honestly, there's just one glaring omission here. But before that, let me dive in and show you guys what this watch is all about. And hey, as I was mentioning before, the build quality here, it's really impressive. We have brushed stainless steel to the sides. The top bezel is also stainless steel. Now, this one doesn't rotate, so it's there purely for aesthetic reasons. As for the display, we have a 1.39-inch AMOLED panel, so nice and large, and thanks to the 454 by 454 pixel resolution, it looks super crisp. Like, I had no problems reading my notifications on it. Speaking of reading, we have auto brightness here, so at night time, the display automatically turns down the brightness. I wear a fitness band most of the time, and for checking time in the middle of the night, the screen is honestly just too bright. Not here on the Realme Watch S Pro though. Oh, and it can also turn up that brightness, right up to 450 nits. So this smartwatch has you covered on both ends. Another advantage of having an AMOLED panel is the always-on display. We can choose between an analog or a digital one here. But since that sucks up a lot of juice, Realme warns that we might lose up to 84% of the rated battery life by turning this feature on. So, as a battery saver measure, we can schedule what times we want the always-on display to be turned on. Quite handy, right? Now guys, one of my main concerns with the Realme Watch S Pro was if it could be worn for long periods of time. Because if you remember, back when I did the original Realme Watch review, the strap, it left rashes on my skin. Well, initial impressions, but the silicone band that we have here seems to be faring much better. And the silicone bands, they come in 4 colors. We have them all here. And there are 4 more color options for vegan leather ones. Sadly, we don't have those. So here's a cool B-roll of the watch instead. By the way guys, this is the 22mm standard, so third-party bands should work just fine. And in case you are wondering, the watch only comes with the black band by default. The others have to be purchased separately. So comfort is a long-term thing, but from the little time I did spend with it, here are a few quick observations. Number 1. At 63.5 grams, the Realme Watch S Pro is quite big. So if you aren't used to wearing a heavy watch, you'll feel that there's something on your wrist. Number 2, the vibration motor on here, quite strong. Even at medium, I was always alerted to incoming notifications on the watch. And number 3, this watch can handle everything from splashes of water to a full-on downpour. In fact, Realme says that the watch is water resistant up to 5 atmospheres. So we can even go swimming with it. In fact, there's a new swimming mode included in the list of exercises that this watch can track. More on that in a bit though. And finally, number 4. The battery life seems to be pretty good. So, Realme claims that the 420 mAh battery inside the Watch S Pro can last up to 14 days. We have had the watch in our office for the past few days and it's been paired to a phone and on my wrist most of the time. And over 3 or so days, we saw around 25% battery drop. So, 12 days of battery seems reasonable. Something to note here, this was with always-on display turned off and heart rate as well as sleep monitoring turned on. Yeah, this watch has a heart rate sensor and an SpO2 sensor. That's the one that measures blood oxygen levels, by the way. So quite important in the current scenario. And even high precision dual satellite GPS. Now guys, if you haven't noticed already, I am not an outdoors person. So how far this GPS works in terms of tracking correctly running and jogging routes, well, that's something we'd have to test out in a full review. The step counter though is decent, and since I have an effed up sleep schedule, I go to sleep somewhere around 5 AM, wake up at 12 PM. The sleep monitoring had no idea what was going on. Anyway, I had been hyping up this one big omission throughout the entire video. And yes guys, I will get to that. But before, let me talk about a smaller gripe. This is the charger. Like the older Realme Watch, this one too charges via pogo pins, snaps on via magnets, and the charger itself has a rubber ring so it doesn't go sliding around the table. So, what's the problem? Well, first, I don't like proprietary chargers. Second, wireless charging would have been really sweet. But honestly, that's just a minor con. The big one for me here is that it's running on Realme OS and it's nowhere near as mature as Google's Wear OS. Now, to be fair, it doesn't have any slowdowns or bugs of any sort. No, this is not a Cyberpunk 2077. But hey, the overall experience, it's more like that of a smart band than a smartwatch. First off, there's no app support. So there's no way we can download any third-party apps onto this watch other than what's already been pre-installed here. So what's the use of this large AMOLED screen if we can't have navigation on it? And yeah, Realme doesn't support something as simple as Google Maps right now. And my second problem with such a walled ecosystem is the lack of basic choices. Take watch faces for example. We have some really good ones here on the watch, and the app, it has a lot more choices. But that's all. Realme claims that they would have 100 plus watch faces soon. But other than waiting for that, we have no other choice. Even Xiaomi lets users submit their own watch faces for their Mi Bands. So why Realme would choose to go this way, I honestly don't really know. Then we have notification support. It's half-baked. So we can receive notifications for everything from calls and texts to updates from other apps. But there's no way to respond to those notifications. We only have two options, back or delete the notification. However, when you click that bell icon below, you actually do get notified every time we release a new video. Hey, looks like Ash isn't the only one who's doing smooth segues, right? Okay, not really. But hey guys, I tried, and if that effort means anything, please do hit that bell icon if you haven't yet. Get on our notification squad. I promise you, it's fun. And finally, the software feels like it hasn't evolved with the design. So the first Realme watch had a single button to the side. Here we have two. The top one can be used to go back, while the bottom one generally functions as a home button, but when it's on the home screen, it's also a shortcut button for the exercise menu. Now all that is fine, but wouldn't it be nice if we were able to customize them? Well, we can't. And even though these look like crowns, rotating them doesn't do anything either. Okay, so I've been coming down pretty hard on the software. But to be fair, if you are looking for basic smart band functionality, the Realme Watch S Pro does quite well. It can track steps, calories burned, get weather updates, track sleep and heart rate, and even control the music that plays on the connected phone. It's got a 6-axis accelerometer along with GPS for tracking a bunch of exercises, which now even includes swimming. As far as extra functionality goes, the Realme Watch S Pro can track SpO2, help us regulate our breath, and even find our phone in a pinch. So basically what we have here is the same functionality as the original Realme Watch, but in a more premium package and a higher price tag. Now, what exactly is that price? We don't really know as of shooting this video. But as soon as we do, we'll leave it in a pinned comment down below. Of course, you guys would also know the price by the time this video goes live. So do tell me down in the comments below, what do you think of the Realme Watch S Pro? So would you rather get one of these, or would you rather get an Oppo watch running Wear OS? Let's talk everything smartwatch in the comments down below. As always, like, share, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications by hitting that bell icon if you haven't yet. Thanks a lot for watching till the end, guys. Have a good one. Cheers.